Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of Be Encouraged Moments. We say it every time. We love that you're here. We especially love it right now because it is the Christmas season, as we have been talking about, and that is just such a joyous time for both of us, and we hope that it is for you as well. Last week we talked about counting down to Christmas, and today we're actually going to be tagging on a video to the end of this intro. It's actually, I don't have much to say right now, but I want to introduce the 12 days of Christmas. We have talked about this in the past. We have done videos, we have done podcasts, we've done a lot on this particular subject, but we always do it after Christmas, and we're already into the 12 days of Christmas at that point. So I want to bring it to you before Christmas so that you can start thinking about how you're going to celebrate the 12 days of Christmas. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy this video. Obviously it's a little dated. We did this about 2 years back, so just excuse that, but please enjoy the content because the content was really, really good and we just didn't see the need to re-record it. But I did want to do this intro to you guys so that you would know that we thought about this a lot and we want to make sure that you guys know we're here. We're here every week with you guys. Right.
So grab your hot tea, hot cocoa, coffee latte thingamabobber that you
whatever
get,
it is,
and enjoy this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the 12 days of Christmas starts on Christmas, and I think there's a lot of history there that so many people are unaware of. So I want to make sure that you guys can enjoy it this season. So enjoy. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of Be Encouraged Moments. We love doing these. I know we say that on
all the time.
Yeah, we say that on every video, but it's so true. We just absolutely love it. It's officially the new year, so Happy New Year again. I hope that the celebrations were grand and that you all rung in the new year with with a smile on your face. So, today, we're going to be talking about Christmas.
Weird, I know, but just hold on. It makes sense.
More specifically, we're talking about the 12 days of Christmas, which, believe it or not, is actually happening right now because the first day of Christmas started on the 25th. And I know that a lot of you may already know that, but I think a lot of you don't too. So I wanted to bring this to you guys in this video today because I think it's very exciting and a lot of fun. We do the countdowns to Christmas, and this I think kind of got squished in there with all of that. Like, oh, we're counting down the 12 days to Christmas. And it's actually not. It's the 12 days after Christmas because we're counting down to the recognition of Jesus as the Son of God by the Magi when they come to see him at the manger. So this is all really exciting stuff. The other way you can look at it too is that liturgically we're counting down to Epiphany. So we got to do the song.
Here we
go. We can't not do the song. So on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, do you really want me to keep going? You don't, do you? Okay. So, the reason I had to do the song is because the song plays into this, okay? So, I already told you what the 12 days of Christmas is, and that it starts on the 25th. But what does this all mean? And why do we have this song that gets stuck in our head and doesn't go away? Well, I went deep. So, I've grown up in a liturgical church. I've grown up with a pastor as a father. We have always recognized the 12 days of Christmas. We got to keep celebrating. Do not take down those Christmas decorations. You cannot do it until the 12 days of Christmas are up. So we always kept our trees up. We kept our garlands up, our wreaths. I mean, it's what we did. But when I decided I was going to do this video for you guys, I wanted to make sure that I truly understand all the history and the origins and all that kind of stuff, which I didn't. I was blown away by the stuff that I found. There's so much stuff out there on the internet. Get on there, Google, figure out what works for you. I'm going to give you some highlights. I shared on the podcast that we did, so if you haven't watched the pod, or if you don't listen to the podcast, you might want to. But I shared a story about how I celebrated with a deep-rooted Spanish heritage family when we, like I said, we celebrated the 6th, the Epiphany, the 12th day. So there's a lot of really cool things out there. There are origins that go with different cultures. There are origins that go with different religions. There's so much stuff to be taught and to be learned, and that you could pick and choose what works for you. what I said on the podcast and what I want you guys to hear on this video is that I think it's so important that however you choose to celebrate this, whatever origins you choose to believe, I think it's important that the 12 days of Christmas are a part of your celebration, whatever that is, because it's not just the birth of Christ. It is the ultimate gift that was given to us from God, who gave us a baby who was going to be recognized by the Magi as the Son of God, to walk among us, to live among us, to preach among us. And that is what the gift is. And that's what this countdown is all about. That is what the celebration is. It wasn't just the birth. It was everything that came after the birth that is so huge and so important. So the 12 days of Christmas can be recognized by each individual day. There are some cultures that look at each day. One of the things I read with the Catholicism, with the Catholic religion, they recognize saints, which makes a ton of sense. There are other cultures that recognize events that took place over history that led up, that we know from the Bible. There's a couple different ways that they did it with the histories. With the saints, they did it from old saints to current saints, and I say current as in like within the last 100 years. But there was different ways that they recognize these different days. So there's different celebrations, different things that you can go deeper with the story. And you've heard that from me the last couple of YouTube videos. So make sure that you're going deeper with the story.
Yes.
The other really cool thing is the song. What does the song have to do with all of this, and why is it here? Well, I've read a couple different things, and one of the things was supposedly debunked, but I'm still going to share it because I think it's a lot of fun. And even if it may not have originally been true, I think there's some elements of it that might have been. I don't know, and I didn't go deep enough to find out. But the 12 days of Christmas was at a time when the Catholic religion was being persecuted. They wrote this song that was essentially code, and these different elements of the song represented different things in their Christian faith. And so it allowed them to sing with joy about their Christian faith without being persecuted in the process. Now, again, what I read is that has been debunked, but I read on another site that it hadn't been. So who knows, And so it's what you want to believe. And so these gifts that your true love gave you have come to represent different things. So the partridge in the pear tree would be Jesus. The two turtle doves would be the Old and New Testament. There's the disciples, there's the 10 Commandments, there's the Beatitudes. Yeah, there's all kinds of different things within there that represent these different gifts. And
and I feel, sorry, I'm just interrupt, but this is amazing because I was never taught this. I just thought it started the beginning of December and it ended on December 25th. I had no clue really until recently that it started on December, on Christmas morning. But I still didn't know the reasons behind it. And this is so amazing. I encourage you to dig into it, find out. It's very intriguing.
And my favorite with the song, which there seems to be a lot more support behind the origins of this, is that it actually started out as a game in the UK. Yeah. And that they taught this game to British children to help them with memorization and the game. And it was actually, like I said, it wasn't actually a song, it was a game. And so, like I said, you had the one person would say it, and then you would add something on, and then you had to make sure that you got all the other things that had already been added on, just like the song goes. And if you missed one, then you had to give a favor or like kiss or a chocolate or whatever, with the game. And over the years, it morphed into a song, and someone actually put pen to paper to make it a real song. So I think that's really cool. I think there's a lot of history there. And also with that, the game, the objects represented things as well. I don't know that it was as much the Christian faith. I think some of it was. I think there was allusions to that. But again, it just depends on what version you read. There's all kinds of different versions of how the song came to be, why it came to be. And then, like I said, you add the Christian element to it and all the things that you could celebrate and recognize. If you really wanted to get technical, Jesus wasn't born on Christmas morning, the day we recognize, and it took the Magi's months to get there, not 12 days. But it's the way that our Christian faith has packaged it all together for us to be able to celebrate and for us to be able to dissect and understand and go deep with our faith. So I just wanted to bring this to you because I think it's such a fun thing. It is still the 12 days of Christmas. So celebrate, enjoy, let your heart be open to, possibilities. And we're almost to the end of it. It ends on the 6th, if I'm doing my math right in my head. So, you may not be able to do a whole lot this year, but you can spend this time preparing for next year, and you can do all kinds of cool things. Like I said, the Spanish one that I did with a friend of mine was like, we actually had a cake. We ripped it apart, and there was, it was decorated and the way it was done, and there's all kinds of stuff on the internet about that too. So I encourage you to take the time to learn about your Christian faith, to understand what it is that we're celebrating this Christmas season and why we do this every year and why it's so important that we understand it and that we celebrate it and we acknowledge it. Get on Google. Find the story that fits you. There is no wrong way to do this. There are so many, histories that have been lost over the years that it's okay. You make your own way. But celebrate the 12 days. Understand that we're counting down to the recognition that God truly is that gift, or that Jesus truly is that gift from God for us. We love doing these. We love being here with you. I hope that everything about your new year, as I said at the beginning, was exactly what you hoped it would be on the actual day, and that your new year continues to show that for you as well. We look forward. We can't wait to do the next video with you guys and talk about what's exciting to you. Thank you as always for joining us for our Be Encouraged moments.